infinite, I think it's infinite intelligence essentially telling you that you're doing wrong, and trying to reach through to your conscious mind to get you to change course. Um, if you can tune into that, all the better for you. The memory. Here we store all the impressions of both our conscious and subconscious minds. Self-discipline will allow us to keep unpleasant memories tucked away after we have learned the lessons that those major memories inspire. Many positive things may also be stored in our memory, ready to be called forth upon demand by a willpower strengthened by self-discipline. Our self-discipline is the procedure we use to coordinate these departments of our mind and keep each of them under control. Its most immediate effect is the mental harmony we need to focus all our efforts towards success. And that is so true. I mean, in such a competitive world in this society, we need all of our faculties to be able to compete. Now, the things we cannot discipline. There are 4 other elements that play a role in our mental process, but that we cannot control. We must learn to understand them and adapt to their ways. Infinite intelligence, subconscious, telepathy, and the senses. So this gets kind of deep, where there are 4 elements that play a role in our mental process that we cannot control. Telepathy is one of those roles, or one of those things. What do you mean? I'm being influenced by thoughts? And I'm here to tell you, yes, that is what they're saying. We'll talk about the subconscious first. We cannot directly control our subconscious. That's a big part of what its name implies. Now, I want to stop the tape here and say that although you cannot outright control it, you can influence it. And I'll start the tape back up and keep reading. It acts only in response to stimulus from your emotions. But these are something you can control through self-discipline. When your emotions are positive and directed toward a definite purpose, our subconscious will be powerfully and similarly affected. However, it will respond just as quickly to negative emotions. It can't distinguish between the two. This is why your self-discipline must be applied to your emotions, so that your subconscious works for you, not against you. All right, so if your subconscious responds to your emotions, then you should be able to elicit certain emotions from you. Can't you get yourself all worked up and excited over what it feels like to be in love? And can't you get yourself all worked up and excited over something else? That having that emotion will influence your subconscious. So one of the things that I think that you can do to influence your subconscious is make yourself an audio tape of affirmations. I'm a good person. I'm a good father. I do good things. I always like to help others. And play those affirmations in audio form. Play it at night, right before you retire, right when you wake up. That, I think, influences your subconscious. Telepathy is the broadcasting of our mental attitudes and thoughts to others. I'm not talking about such mundane uses as telling the babysitter to put the kids to bed while you're out at the movies. I'm referring to the mental communication that develops between you and others committed to similar purposes. Your mastermind alliance is the best example of this power. As your alliance grows, each member will learn to anticipate the ideas of others and to connect immediately with their intense enthusiasm and inspiration. You can't control this process, but your self-discipline will aid you in cultivating the positive qualities which bring it into play. Now, the senses. Sight, sound, taste, smell, touch, all may deceive us. They are capable only of perceiving the obvious. Much of what goes on in this world is not obvious, and the senses are easily fooled. While we can, to an extent, train our senses to serve us better, we must always evaluate the messages we receive from them by applying our reason. All 4 of these things must be a part of our mental processes. Our self-discipline will not give us direct authority over them, but it can and must make us more aware of their operations at all times. Finally, we talk about the power of the will. The greatest manifestation of your self-discipline is the strength of your will. Your will is the supreme court of your mind. It may be the theoretical authority to order all your mental processes, but that authority depends upon constant, consistent, and ethical exercise. The power of a will trained by self-discipline is an irresistible force. The only limit on that power is the one that you impose on it by restricting or ignoring your self-discipline. History and folklore are full of stories of people whose wills alone triumphed over death and other incredible adversities. Who remembers the people whose weak wills kept them mired in mediocrity? And that's so true. And this was a good chapter. This whole chapter on forced self-discipline. I mean, it's a big eye-opener for me in my quest for success. I think we're all making it. I think that self-discipline is a defining factor for those that are successful. After all, it's one of the 17 principles of achievement, of personal achievement, this enforcement of self-discipline. It goes beyond waking up in the morning and making sure that you get off to work. You know, it